Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for spending your time and your consideration for these music boxes being listed up on eBay. I am going to shoot just one video for all three listings. I'm going to start with this one here by itself. It's a Paillard, smaller, 2 melody. That'll be listed by itself, and these two will be listed together. One of them is an empty case. The one on the right is an empty case. And this last one here, also a snuff box, music box, I guess you'd call it. A lot of people refer to them as snuff boxes. Along with this little green one here, that's functioning as well. So is this one. This one is inoperable. It's going to require some mainspring work in the barrel for the click spring. Anyway, okay, starting with this Paillard. I picked up all these music boxes in a collection I purchased, I think, and they've been sitting around for quite a long time. This one's a little, it's an oddball, you know. It's got the way it's set up. It's a horizontal governor fan. I've seen them on larger boxes, but not these smaller ones. The mainspring barrel is like inverted. It's upside down, you know. So it's this one's an oddball. It's got a brass bed plate. As far as its age, I don't know. I haven't even looked for a serial number on the movement. I'm gonna guess, 1880s, 1890s, somewhere in there. This one does have a trademark right there. I don't know if you could pick that up, but it is trademark for Paillard, a reputable company, music box manufacturer. This one has 2 melodies, William Tell and The Last Rose of Summer. Tune sheet is intact. The top of it, it's got like a mural, of a family, grandma, the daughter, and her grandchildren, enjoying a moment in the parlor, the family cat there. The mural on the top of the box it's pretty nice. It's in pretty good shape, It's got good color to it. This one is functional. It is working. It appears as though someone done some work to it in the past. The only thing I've noticed with it, that once in a while, near the Geneva stop here, it hangs up. You know what I mean? And I got to help it a little bit with a pick, and then it starts to move again. But the mainspring, it kind of. It winds up, it feels okay, but, it probably needs to be serviced, some fresh grease in that mainspring. I think it's hanging up, it'll go slow, and then it'll start going fast again, Well, anyway, we'll play it for you right now. Like I said, this one has an automatic tune change. It's got a cam that shifts the pin cylinder, either to the left or the right, so the comb can pluck a new set of pins for a different melody. So let's fire it up and listen to it. I chose to do this demonstration, or this video, on top of this this wood top bench here, workbench. The sound resonates much better through this as opposed to the other bench I was going to do it on. But anyway, let's fire it up. It's operated by that lever right there. Seems to be working okay. All the notes are being struck. Probably just needs a good service, this movement. There it kind of slows down a little bit, and then it'll pick back up. There, the tempo just picked up just now. So with this one, you could just move the lever to the left and it'll automatically stop after the melody's finished. Okay. One last thing about this one. I do have the original glass top I believe it to be original. You can see imperfections in the glass, you know. Probably period correct for this piece, and also the slotted wood piece on the end, which holds it in place. So it's there, it's present. Moving on, this one here, it is inoperable. It's going to need some work on the click stop for the mainspring barrel. The mainspring is intact. You know, I could turn it, but it just bounces right back into position. So what I did manage to do is I manually turned it by hand, and it has two melodies. You know, Lady Bateman or something like that, and When Is the Spot. I don't recall these melodies, but anyway, the tune sheet's intact. I managed to turn it manually, and it has two melodies. Manual shift down here. You got to move that lever over to shift from one melody to the next. I manually turned it, and it sounds audible. I mean, it sounds like it'll be okay once the repairs are carried out to the click stop on the mainspring barrel. Excuse me. You know, yeah, this one's going to need some attention. So I'm going to list it on the top of the lid. It's got, you know, like a mural of some kind, and it says, oh, what does that say? Place de la Concorde. I'm assuming it's probably some sort of, you know, some kind of a garden or something. Probably still in existence today. I wouldn't doubt it. Some sort of famous place in France. The empty box, it's just pretty much an empty box with another mural on top, and this one says Paris E.T. Helen? Something like that. Anyway, those two are going to be listed together. It is inoperable. It's going to require some repair to the mainspring. Lastly, I have this snuff box here, this music box. It's like tin, you know. It's metal as opposed to the other two we just looked at. There's no tune sheet present on this one, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the mural on the top of it. You know, it looks like a mother and daughter, you know, at the shipyards gathering supplies for the winter or something like that. Mom's on a donkey, and the daughter's carrying the supplies, and, you know, there's a dog present and all kinds of workers and things like that. So it's not perfect, though. It's got some, you know, it's a little boogered up there and there. Again, this box, probably 1890s, you know, I guess guys used to carry these around in their pocket for, you know, a form of entertainment, you know, when they went to the poker game or something. This got like a red velvet pillow here. As I said, no tune sheet, but it does have two melodies, and you manually change the melodies by means of this switch right here. It plays and sounds okay. I'm trying to think of what may be wrong with this, other than probably needing a good service. Some damper work was done in a comb. I could see some new dampers in there. So, well, let's go ahead and play it. See how it sounds. Probably playing a little bit too fast. You know, it's not perfect by any means. Like the first one we looked at, it tends to slow down and speed up. You know, the mainspring probably needs some grease. I'll play that melody one more time for you. There, it slowed down a little bit. Okay, let's switch the songs. Okay, here we go. That's a pretty one. All the teeth and tips are present. All the pins on the cylinder appear to be present. This one's complete. Like I said, if you know somebody's got the time and you know, do a good cleaning, a service and lubrication, some adjustments, you know, get it working a little better. Okay. Along with this box, I'm going to list the smaller one. It's you know, it's just a small box, another pocket music box here. Looks like a hunter with his dog, you know, hunting in the woods, or oh, there's a rabbit there. I didn't see that rabbit. Yeah. Anyway, it's real small. Let me turn this around. I haven't opened it up or anything. I haven't looked at it, haven't inspected. I just wound it up, and it seems to be operating. Not the best, but it is operating. The only date I see is 1955. Whether that's a service or repair date or manufacturer, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a service date, you know, but this one's probably early 20th century, you know, 19 teens, 1920, something like that. Remnants of the tune sheet is still there, but it's long gone. So I'm going to put you down for a second, and this one has no activation switch. It doesn't have an on-off switch. You just simply wind it up, and it begins to play until the mainspring runs out of power. So hang on, I'll put you down. Hang on. Just got one melody, very simple. It's probably a very small movement in there. Anyway, overview while this is still playing. These two will be listed together. This one's functional, 2 melodies. Probably early 20th century, maybe late 19th. This one here is inoperable. However, all the teeth and tips are there. You know, it's complete. Needs some mainspring work. Mainspring's intact, but the click stop is not. It's not holding the mainspring in place. And then the empty box that goes with that. So these two will be listed up together. And lastly, the Palyard. This one's pretty nice. You know, real pretty. Appears well taken care of. Tune sheet intact. An oddball kind of a movement. So. All right, well, with all that said, again, thank you very much for your time and consideration. I appreciate it, and happy holidays to everyone. See ya.